What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to go. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see you too. So look, listen. The title of this video is going to be on the fact that there are trained operatives. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't know if I said that right, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But like trained people, you know what I'm saying, that simply mimic the behavior of someone who is operating on a higher frequency than them. And them operating on a higher frequency is making them be exposed, you know what I'm saying, for the mask that they hide behind, you know. So again, that does not mean that these people changed. That does not mean that these people are what you think they may be. What's happening is they're faking and pretending to copy your energy to make it seem as if they're that type of person, because the person that they usually are behind the mask is no longer acceptable in that circle. So what happens is they'll go out and try to attempt to be who they've always been, but when they are not getting the effects or, you know, the feedback that they usually get, what happens is they withdraw and they pull back and they figure out how to mimic and copy more of the energetic frequency of someone that embodies a higher frequency. You know what I'm saying? Listen. And it's not true. And let me explain to you why it's not true. Because a lot of times people that vibrate at a higher frequency have the ability to tap into other people's thoughts when they're closest to them, and they're trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, why is it that their mask they've been wearing their whole life is not working. So when you have the ability to do that, usually you tap into just a person realizing that who they've always been is no longer working. And so what they're trying to do is just copy and mimic an energy so they can figure out how to play a role amongst other people when that person is not around, or in order to get the feedback they've always been getting. But the thing is, you can't copy or duplicate somebody else. So you automatically end up going back into that environment being the same person you've always been. You know what I'm saying? And people start to wake up and realize that it's a mask. You're really not being yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that tends to make people on guard and be wise and careful on the information they release to someone that's just basically trying to, you know what I'm saying, steal information from them. And you got to think about it. What I notice is that these people are always talking. They're always talking. They're always talking. They're always, hey, giving out free information, simply because the silence of not talking is so irritating to their mass that they don't know how to consume that energy. So it's almost as if they go out into these environments and they start up conversations based off of false realities of love bombing. You know what I'm saying? To try to get these people to just say anything to them so they can test and see if who they've always been under the mask, or, you know what I'm saying, is working still. And when it's not, they dig deeper into trying to mimic the energy of someone that is not out there trying to get superficial attention. You know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of these people that live under the mask, they need attention. They need glory. They need someone to talk to them. They need someone to pacify who they are. And in my words, I would call it you searching for love in a world that's dead. You know what I'm saying? That all you're going to get is fake love, because nobody really knows their self. You know what I'm saying? So I can easily give you a compliment and say this is nice and say this is cute to start up a conversation, even though I really don't mean it. I just need the attention because I don't know how to sit by myself. You know what I'm saying? It's too, complex to have to sit and try to figure myself out. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather just put on a mask and love bomb people to get the attention I need to feel validated, to feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, and they good at what they do. They so good at what they do, it's crazy. I see it all the time. But what I'm also starting to see is the fact that people are waking up to realizing and being able to spot these people out. But again, it's harder for you to recognize this if you're also doing it too. So you would actually have to sit back, you know what I'm saying, and play your own position to be able to wake up to what's really going on. So because of that understanding, there are people that naturally, you know what I'm saying, embody the wisdom needed to be able to survive a world where people are still trying to attack good energy. They've been doing it their whole life, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people try to do everything they could to steal that from them, but now they're just getting to a point where they're finally knowing who they are and knowing, you know what I'm saying, the ability to use what they've always had, you know what I'm saying, to be themselves without allowing people to get too close, attached to it, and steal it from them. Hey, it'd be crazy to me how people will really seriously mimic and copy everything that you do. They study everything that you do, mimic and copy it to try to get the same results that you get, because they're chasing fake love. And all you are chasing is trying to find yourself in a world that's dark, where you haven't been able to be yourself for so long because everybody tried attacking that. These people, they don't care about getting to know themselves. All they want is the attention, the love, the admiration, for somebody to glorify them, even if they steal your spirit in the process. You know what I'm saying? And they love bomb and they tell you all type of stuff that's nice, but they really don't mean it. You know what I'm saying? You can't say something nice to someone and mean it if you don't even think about that of yourself. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So listen, these people are really studying the current energy on the planet so that they could be able to cloak themselves in an image of what they feel will be acceptable to people that truly know themselves. Because the mass has failed. It's all the way on the ground. You know what I'm saying? They're realizing that, listen, I can go out there and fake, you know, like my mask is still on, but I'm not getting the same results. It's not proven effective. You know what I'm saying? People are not giving me the attention that I once got from wearing a mask. Yeah, because people are becoming more aware of the fact that it don't mean it. It's really fake for real. It's a whole persona. So one thing that people got to understand is that you can only wear a mask for so long. A person's true character will show if you give it time. You know what I'm saying? Just give it some time and it will show, because you can't hide who you really are. You can't walk around wearing a mask every day, all day. At some point, who you truly are will be exposed. And that is really them for real. But they use the mask as a cover up. You know what I'm saying? Because truly, if you're a dark person, you know that people really wouldn't like who you are for real. So you have to know when to put the mask on. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm telling you, when these people feel like they mask is no longer effective, like they can't pretend to be somebody, they usually target the one that they feel is authentically themselves, because they feel like they're the one doing it, when that's not the case. What's the problem is you are around someone that's truly embodying their own energy. You know what I'm saying? You never knew how to be yourself, so they're triggering you and you're making it seem like it's them. So usually you go after or attack them for truly being themselves. They didn't do nothing but take a look at their own life and figure out where they need to fix things, you know what I'm saying, which had nothing to do with you. But you've never really truly been around someone that was authentically themselves. So you think that whatever this person has is the reason to your downfall, is the reason to why your mask has failed and you can't pick it back up. So they try to trigger you, you know what I'm saying, by projecting their energy of how they feel onto you, which is not how you really feel on the inside. It's the energy of how they felt their whole life, but they're using a mask to cover up that side of them. But when the mask can no longer be used, now they have to find someone to get mad at, because it's called the victim mentality. I need someone to blame for the reason why I act the way that I do. instead of me having to understand that I'm the problem. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. The people don't need to go to a psychiatrist. And I don't mean to, like, you know what I'm saying, discourage them. Some people do. But first you got to realize you are the damn problem. If you realize that first, instead of trying to blame someone else, that will be the magic to your whole, you feel me, solution of whatever you're going through. You basically want to go to someone else to let them tell you that you're the problem and still not believe that you're the problem. So you leave there still thinking that you're not the problem and that everybody else is. That is not healing. That's paying someone to basically falsify you into trying to convince you that you're the problem when mentally in your brain you don't think you're the problem. You think the reason why you are the way you are is because someone happened to do something to you that caused that, and that's why you continue to be the type of person that you are. Listen, everybody gets hurt. It's a part of life. We got to experience the hurt to understand what the joy is like. So once you get over that and you start to understand, okay, I got hurt. I don't have to carry that with me. I don't have to keep acting like that. If I choose to keep making that be the excuse for why I'm hurt, I'm playing the victim. I'm not owning up to the fact that I have pure 100% choice over the way I choose to move. Simple. You don't need no psychiatrist or therapist to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But again, for whatever reason, a lot of people got this block inside their mind that they never want to think that they're the problem. They never want to believe that they're the issue to the way your life is going. They never want to see the fact that maybe I've been the problem the whole time. And why I can't form true, genuine connections with people is because I'm blocking myself off from trying to understand what's going on because I don't think I'm the damn problem. It starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure that out, the whole dynamic will change. But again, there are people that naturally embody the ability to know that they're the problem, do their healing, and know that who they've been all their life is who they were meant to be now. It's just you were attracted to the wrong energies that try to put their energy onto you to take you out of who you are. So now all you're doing is mimicking and copying and training yourself to the energy that's on the planet. Don't trust those people. I swear to God, don't trust them, because they'll get you in a whole line of shit. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't looking. Observe, pay attention. Your senses have always been a part of you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And they're heightened right now for a reason. Because having to be able to be out of disguise, but being able to observe and pay attention will let you know exactly what you need to know. You cannot oftentimes point these people out because they're delusional. All they're going to do is give you an argument because they think that they're right. So sometimes you can't do that. You have to just use your senses to direct you in where and what type of information you need to understand to observe a person. You know, it's basically being skilled at reading people's emotions. And you'll be able to tell who's faking it and train and copying to try to push away from the fact that they don't have to look at themselves, and the ones who naturally embody certain characteristics that they've always had their whole life that'll let you know this person is really like this. You know what I'm saying? Versus the ones that are faking it. Because again, like I said, the masses fell to the ground. They're continuously trying to go out there and be who they've always been, but they're not getting the same results, and it's making them upset. You know what I'm saying? To the point that they almost see red. So the only logical thing to do is to copy someone that embodies original energy so that you won't see the fact that they're turning red. Because their mass act is not working anymore. It's making them really upset for real. But they can't show that because then everybody would know who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's getting harder and harder to not expose the fact that you are this type of person or have always been this type of person. You know what I'm saying? So don't be tricked. Don't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, this message is for the people that identify with it. If you still are getting tricked and manipulated, oftentimes it's because you're still tricking and manipulating. So you can't see the difference. You know what I'm saying? If someone tries to help you learn something new, you are so delusional, like you got it down to a science, that you won't even begin to even take the wisdom from someone else because you got it, right? You know everything, right? So therefore, that tells you exactly how a person is. Everybody on this planet cannot just be spiritual people all of a sudden. Like, there is no way possible that everybody is just all of a sudden spiritual. And the demons are no longer operating on this world. That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? These people have been acting like this their whole life. They don't just wake up one day and all of a sudden they change people. You feel me? They're copying energy to disguise themselves so that it'd be harder to be revealed. But pay attention. That's what you got your senses for. You were born with them. Use them. And they will let you know exactly everything that you need to know. Trust me. I know everything I need to know by eye look. You know what I'm saying? The way people are when you step into an environment and they don't think you're paying attention, usually is who they really are for real. But it's all of a sudden when you come around, they switch up and they this type of person. They're training themselves to be able to copy and mimic the behavior to fit into this planet so their true character is not revealed. Don't trust those people. I wouldn't trust them with a can of paint. Not today, not tomorrow, not never. Because they're real life evil people operating in good energy to hope that their darkness won't get revealed. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it. And when they figure out someone's on to them, they just get more mad. But you got to know what to look for to see it. Otherwise, you ain't going to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.